This is a passage taken from my book. In the 1980s, in the 1980s, the protective helmet was first worn in cricket matches. This equipment, along with the visor, protect the batsman's face. There was also the forearm guard, which has grown into the batsman kit. Cricketers from the 1950s up until the 1970s must have contemplated at times how bravely crazy they were facing a ball traveling at about 80 to 100 miles per hour without a helmet. Over the years, batsmen suffer from broken hands, fractured skull, and left with crooked nose, among other injuries, as a result of the cricketing ball. In the 1961-62 West Indies and Indian Test Series, Nari contractor, an Indian batsman, had a brush with mortality when he was hit in the head by a bouncer by a West Indies fast bowler, Charlie Griffiths. Former West Indies star batsman Vivian Richards' ex-crew of the helmet only added to his genius. But even geniuses are without fallibility. In the 1980s, at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, he mishooked a bouncer onto his face while facing Australian fast bowler Rodney Hogg. For warrior spirit, one had to hand it to him. Despite being mortally wounded, he refused to leave the pitch and was greeted by another bouncer by Hogg. But this time, Richard showed his disdain by hooking him out of the cricket ground for one of those tape measure sixes. In 1977, Kerry Parker duly hijacked the game when he offered lucrative contract to 51 of the leading cricketers. Parker directed the game to higher heights, relieving the hit of his signer's pass. Kenya was successful at the 2003 World Cup when they reached the semi-final. It was the first associate country to accomplish this feat. Their accomplishment has shaken many associate countries into self-belief, especially among many of the African countries such as Uganda, Namibia, and Morocco, where the game is gaining popularity. Therefore, the Kenyans has done more in the modern game, in this modern era, than the two former cricketing dictators, England and Australia. For those countries, especially USA, who found Test cricket boring, let alone 50 over format, cricket has thrown at them another fillip in the form of the 2020 overs. This is a much shorter version of the game than the 50 over format, and can be seen as a miss or hit encounter. This game thus far had an unqualified success everywhere. This really suits the USA, who is accustomed to the fast-paced game. This game can provide an impetus for them to gravitate to the longer version of the game. The traditionalists must have wondered, when will the selling of the cricketing soul stop? First it was a bloody 50 over. First it was a bloody 50 overs. Now the damn 2020 overs. What the four-letter word going on?